All right, it's 3 PM. I'll call the meeting to order. If you have your cell phone, please mute or turn it off. Becky, will you do roll call?
I sure will. Tom Wilson, who's on Zoom, Dean Friel,
Here.
Jack Scrogstead,
Here.
Mike Pearson, Ryan Rod.
Here.
And Mike did say he was not going to be able to make it. So
I'm sorry?
Mike Pearson did say he wasn't going to be able to.
Oh, okay. Nobody other than board members and committee. Approval of minutes from the previous meeting. If there are no changes or corrections to the minutes from the January 13th meeting, they will stand as presented. Any corrections? All right. Now we'll go to the maintenance department report and improvement updates.
Sure. Starting with the old courts, we have some drawings in front of you that we can kind of go over right off the bat.
Do you want to wait a little while till Tom gets here?
Sure,
Or
we can do that. We'll
do
skip.
that last, if that's okay.
Yep. We still have some RTU issues. It seems like every time I come up here, I'm always talking about some issue or another. RTU 1 and 2, the exhaust fans are, one of the exhaust fans is doing the other fan's job. One of the fans just isn't working at all. And we're 100% sure it's control work issues. We have Hartwig and ICT, our controls company, on board to be coming here hopefully this week. They've been in queue for like a week and a half now, so it's just trying to get them here to get things done. We just found 22 baseboard heaters here that need valve replacements. So we are going to be submitting a work request today, so you guys can hopefully approve that. We can buy the parts and have them in stock for replacement sometime in spring. I know the building here in general is kind of a little off as far as the heating goes. So second floor, first floor has been noticing and kind of complaining about air coming through kind of like a jet engine. And so we're trying to do the best we can with what we have. So stay patient. We will get it fixed. Matterport, the scan for this building is complete. I can show you guys that after the meeting. Kind of give you a walkthrough on what actually Matterport is and what it looks like. ADS panel in components quote that I short budgeted is in. We can go over that in the work request or the work order. I'm still getting used to this work request thing. But it was like 37,000 more than I anticipated. The Jace, which is the main brain or the computer for the HVAC system, both in new and this old courts, is outdated. So if you kind of look at it like your iPhone, your iPhone has, goes back to iPhone 1 or Apple iPhone 1, and now it's on version 15 or 16. We're on like version 7 for the control work stuff, and we can't upgrade our versions. They're just too outdated, so we do need to replace those to have the VAVs be compatible. If everybody's on the same page here, and if you have any questions, chime in.
So did you put that in this year's budget, or this just came up?
This came up.
Okay.
This just came up. I was not aware that we needed to do a bunch of this control work. I knew it was going to happen, just not this soon. The good thing is that we can get the Jace's bought, purchased, and installed, which is roughly going to be $8,000 to $12,000, and replace the VAV parts and smarts after that. So the VAV parts are going to be much more expensive, and we can put that in a capital plan. There's a lot of just all the electronics in the various buildings. It's like every 5 to 7 years, you're going to have to start really looking into getting everything on a plan to replace the stuff. And we're trying to do our best to do that. To new courts, we have the transformer swap out date placed for March 7th, which is a Saturday. We will be down for 5 to 6 hours-ish. The backup generator can be fired up, and we should be fine with health department vaccines, and we have a few rack rooms that are on it, and I think we should be okay. But we'll have a few guys on standby just in case we need to power up some more things. Also, the Jace there needs to be replaced. Along that, we have 78 VAVs that the controls need to be replaced also. So this is, again, something I didn't know that needed to be done. We can put it on like a 3 to 5 year capital plan. First floor health department, the flooring and painting project, just looking for approval on that before we get our things moving. We have a plan for that. Just need you guys to give me a yay or nay. The Matterport scanning in new courts should be done this week. And after that, they're going to go to LEC on days. He's been working on nights past 2 or 3 weeks now, trying to get all the scans. So when we're using this camera, it's on a tripod, and he sets it like every 4 or 5 foot. So there's hundreds of scans that go into this at about 3 to 4 minutes per scan. So it takes quite a bit of time. Second floor receiving and expansion space lighting replacement. So we're hoping to get Weaver Electric in here very soon to just hash out the rest of these bulb replacements. It's a LED ballast bypass. So we're salvaging old fixtures and just swapping fluorescent bulbs to LEDs. For the LEC, we have accurate controls, the jail side component replacement that just happened this morning. So they've been having TVSS alarms on the jail side that just hasn't gone away. We've reset the system and kind of narrowed down the components to X, Y, and Z, tried to replace that, and we're still having alarms. So next up is to have accurate controls remote in during LEC's time frame and see if they can figure anything else out, because we did the best that we can do. So now it's down to just control stuff. We're still doing pipe chase work. They've been doing a heck of a job replacing all the controls and valves and whatnot, cleaning everything up. So I give them props. We've been saving thousands of dollars, not lying.
More of those circuit boards and then replacing them on your own rather than.
No, it's not just the circuit boards, but it's actually the control valves. So
Oh,
that
the
circuit
valve,
board,
it's the valve itself.
yeah,
Is
so
what's going bad
they've
too.
been taking that whole part completely apart, dipping it in a
Solvent?
wash, and then rebuilding it with new O-rings.
Is that because of the hard water?
That's
Okay.
the minute, yeah. So
It was
we're
too
hoping to
late.
tackle
It was
that.
too late when I found out that they were only softening the hot water. And I'm like, you're gonna need to
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
soften the cold water.
we're
Well,
hoping.
that's gonna cost. you
Yeah.
know.
That's on the list. Hopefully for this year, we budgeted for it, so I
Okay.
think that's
Save you a lot.
actually on today's,
Okay. That'll save you
Yeah.
quite a bit down the road.
hopefully. Back to more control issues out there. We had a ERV one, it just wouldn't start up, over the weekends. It had a mind of its own and started back up this morning, so, we're looking into that and another RTU alarm that we are not sure of what's happening with that, so. Again, Hartwig and, ICT might be involved with that. The exterior badge or sign that fell off, a month or two ago, that's been replaced by Turnroth. Looks identical. With FMD, we have that Matterport scan complete. We're working on a shared Outlook calendar for the custodians and the tech team. So we can use this calendar for time off or whatever work that needs to be done. We can all see it instead of texting back and forth or calling or whatever. We have a new computer coming, hopefully sometime soon. And that's for Matterport, it's because we need to beef your computer. Anytime I try to use this laptop, it sounds like it's wanting to blow up on me. And hopefully we get a scissor lift sometime soon. That's on the agenda. So after that, I have
We'll
work.
go over that now if you want.
No, sure. So to the retaining wall rendering, we are pretty much just going to look at the proposed north courtyard plan overview. And what we're trying to do here is, at the end of the day, is lighten the slope on the west, basically all sides. The east side is pretty shallow, so we weren't really concerned about that. But when you make your way around from the north to the west side's the steepest slope. I'm not sure what the exact current grade is, but we were trying to knock that down to, I think it was 8% slope. So we can go up to like a 15% max with the 0 turns. So this will be very easy to maintain. We have a 62 by 31 platform with the radius. That should be big enough for any type of outside activities, municipal bands, I don't know, you name it. Put some vendors out there. Invite the president over. If you go look at the north side, we have a 10-foot staircase down to, we're pushing the flagpole. I'm guessing 20, 30 yards away from 2nd Street and it's actually not drawn in. So like I said, I thought this was a done deal, but after looking at it and reviewing it more this morning, we still have some tweaks to do. But there will be a flagpole still in the front. So we drop down, if we go look back at the new radiused staircase, we'd be dropping down, I think it was 5 steps in front of the existing doorway. So if you'd walk out that doorway, you'd walk down 5 steps to that platform. And you'd walk out 31 feet-ish from that platform down to another 8 steps. So from there, our grade would start from that point to 2nd Street, making it much more flatter.
So Eric, from a visual standpoint, would 2nd Street, would we be grading down to essentially the sidewalk? So someone would be able to walk on the lawn, or is there going to be a little wall,
So that's,
right?
that's what is drawn now. But again, this can change. You know, we've talked about maybe kind of cutting out the front, like where the sidewalk would meet our grass area. We can cut that at like a 30-degree slope all the way around and use that as a mulching or plant area. And that would essentially raise the front lawn up to make it even a flatter slope.
Yeah, and I was just wanted to make sure that, I think to verify that the goal of this was to remove walls
Yeah,
from our courtyard so we wouldn't have to deal with this again.
yeah, and there is 0 walls around the sidewalk area. And that we can even potentially take out, if you look at the west wall, it's a possibility we can take a lot of that out too. By adding another retaining wall, just right on the west side of the building. So with that being said, if we can have, maybe some outside committee days or get the group, and I'm not sure on legalities of this, but have you guys in for a powwow, a couple times a month here or however much we need just to get a solid game plan and get our heads wrapped around exactly what we're doing. And it's not just, 1 or 2 guys planning this whole thing. Any questions?
So are you going to present this to the rest of the board or what? I mean, this month or what's the plan?
Finalizing finalizing the drawings and getting some better understanding of what we're doing. We can present this to the board all day long and we could spend tens of thousands of dollars so you guys can see pretty pictures of what it's going to look like. But there's the grades and stuff are more important to us than anything. As far as the landscaping goes, like Eric's saying, we can make the yard look however we want. If you go out there right now and you put a string line from one side of the property to the other, there's a 4-foot hump in the middle of the property. So it looks like there's a lot of stuff there. It really isn't. So what Eric's saying is on the sidewalks, instead of having our 0 turns go down the sidewalks, we could have landscape areas. We're gonna have plants and mulch, and it's gonna be a beautification thing for the property. But that also can come up on a 3-to-1 or a 2-to-1, and that could be our planting areas, and then that flattens out our grade. The grade that's out there right now is not gonna be any steeper than what is out there right now. All we're doing is lowering it down 5 feet. And it should get flatter. So, but yes, we need to get some vanillity on this and
I don't think this is exactly ready to bring to the board yet. I think we should probably have a meeting or 2, whatever it takes to get everybody on the same page. And then as a group say, yep, this is what we want.
You'd have to call a special meeting to have everybody here, otherwise we'd have a committee quorum. So, or you could have a couple of you meet, not have quorum on this topic outside of that and, work a schedule in that direction.
sounds like an
2 at a time.
administrative problem.
I just told you that problem.
No, you figure it out and let us know. Okay. Yeah, we want more people to be involved. We don't want, hey guys, look at this, what we did. I want everyone to have some ownership in this. Because when we start taking trees out and stuff, everyone's gonna say how much they supported this and how great of an idea it is. And it is gonna be beautiful when it's done. And it's
Yeah,
gonna change.
I think visually, if you could think about this, and we've talked about it a handful of times, but if you drive down, if you're going west on Second Street and you come across and look at, the landscape towards the arch, you're gonna be able to see the Dixon Arch coming up on Second Street at the corner where you can't see it at all. From Galena, and let's just talk about traffic safety even, and pedestrian safety, which was a big piece of what we were trying to apply with IDOT for this, you know, for the grant that we looked at, was you're gonna be able to now see going northbound on Galena, looking east on Second Street. You can't see that at all. Coming up on that corner here, it's pretty dangerous for anybody crossing that corner.
It is.
So we're trying to really do this right, not just for the courthouse and the lawn and the longevity of facilities here, but also for the, trying to not just beautify the area, but making sure that we're looking at traffic and pedestrian safety while we're doing this, and this is going to be a piece of it. I mean, it's going to be, once it's all said and done, it's going to be beautiful.
And when you can do it with grade and not do it with walls, walls cost money and it takes time to maintain them. The less walls we put in, the more money we save and the easier for maintenance, for sure.
So,
And safety.
so Eric, from a timeline here for all of us to understand, I mean, what's the goal here? I mean, are we looking at trying to have this design completely done, committee on board to present to county board by what time frame? Because I mean, I think we were hoping to try to do this year.
100% this year, and it really doesn't make any difference to me if we do it and push it pre-4th of July or wait. And whatever we do, I just want to make sure that we have a solid game plan and everybody's on the same page. This is it's not a huge project, but it is going to change the overall look.
At this point, I think a spring start is pretty aggressive. The best time to plant grass seed, plant trees, plant shrubs, and all that kind of stuff is before Halloween. You get your best bang for your buck. They can plant grass, they can grow grass. The winter helps, snow sits on it. By spring, you have grass. If we do it too early in the year and we're trying to grow grass in the middle of June and July and August, we're just spinning our wheels because we're not putting a sprinkler system in. So if we can do a really good job of planning this and implementing the contracts and getting everything started, you can start in August. It's probably a 2-month long longevity, and then before the end of October, have plantings done, grass seed planted, and away you go for the winter.
So that gives us a timeline. So essentially from here, we know that we need to have this presented to the board at latest, which is say by June. So we have a couple months for the committee to work through this, make sure everybody's on board, and then I think the committee could present it to the county board.
Yep.
Is that fair?
I think that's fair. I think this is a good start, just so everyone can go out and visually see what we're trying to do. And we can go outside and do a field trip too when it warms up a little bit.
Sure.
So everybody understands this much. Right now, currently, we have, I believe, 3 steps coming out of this building. We're going to have 5 to 6 steps coming out of this building. We're going to lower the grade 18 inches. So when you come out of this, from here over to Second Street or Ottawa is going to be really flat. I mean, which is really nice. This sidewalk's going to get eliminated. It's going to be much user friendly for maintenance and for people who are using it. So it's a cool project, I think. So.
And on that note, there is supposedly a time capsule that is buried on our courthouse lawn that was buried in 1968.
Where at?
And I need to get the exact details. Mr. Tom Wadsworth had presented this at one of the America 250 planning sessions. And it was supposed to be unburied. They're supposed to dig it up in 2018. I think we missed that deadline. So we're gonna, this gives us a perfect opportunity to find it, locate it, and dig that up and do something cool with that too.
We can blame it on the time capsule saying we dug everywhere. We couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So
right.
we-
So
We had to change it.
we had to-
so if we're not, so talking with those guys, I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do
Sure.
as part of the celebration and, digging
Sure.
that up so we could figure that out. But that'll be fun.
Very cool. I think that's it for me. We just need to go through the work
Yeah,
requests.
you get proposals on here.
Yep.
Request submitted for discussion.
Should have 6. Should have 6.
Okay.
Yep. I'm not
So,
sure.
I mean, were these included in this year's budget or these are all?
uh, Health Department flooring project, we have,
We're working on the total number that we need to apply for.
we have the start on that. Baseboard and heating valve materials, that is gonna come out of general. So yes, Old Court's ADS panel, that was short budgeted. So that would be an extra request. LEC softening system, we have in for capital. The lighting replacements just coming out of general. And scissor lift is a kind of questionable at this point.
So these are work orders that we're going to discuss as group and then take it to the executive committee for consideration. Is that correct?
I think the only one that you need to take to executive committee for consideration or finance, because you're going to have to create a budget request, is the ADS. Everything else is in the budget. If I'm hearing that correctly.
But not in totality.
It sounds like Eric says it's covered.
Health Department technically is not, but we can move things around in capital if need be. So we would have to bump something.
For the
to
whole
get
project.
the whole project done. Yeah.
So what
So
we
you
need
guys,
to,
what you guys don't know is that, so we put this money in the budget, but as a group, our maintenance staff is going to be doing a big project over in the health department. Taking out furniture, putting in new flooring, doing painting and all that stuff. That's, new flooring in the health department that's needed pretty badly. But that's, what they're talking about as far as the money for the health department. That was put in last year's budget for us to go through and do the new flooring in the health department.
so what we need to do, and I don't mean to interject, is that with the things that are not in the budget, you guys can go ahead and approve from your committee to move forward to finance. I will have to create a budget request form to update or ask for more dollars, or Eric will, for these budget or for these projects specifically, and then that'll have to cycle through. So that will not happen until next month, those budget requests.
We're
at this
talking
point.
specifically for the health department. That is the only thing that we need to,
And I'm saying if you're asking for more money,
right?
we cannot do that until next month.
Correct.
Okay. Because we will have to prepare a budget request. And the agendas are already posted.
But can we do the 4 or 5 that money's already there?
You sure can, because money's already in the budget for that. So we don't, I mean, I think from a workflow perspective, Eric's trying to bring the projects to you guys to approve that he already has in the budget to move forward with. Some of these extra ones, that the department or the county, that's gonna need more funding from capital to do, we have to get that approved. So that'll have to go through finance, you guys, then the finance, and then to the board. You guys can approve him moving forward with that, so we could go ahead and get that budget action item done. If that's how you see it.
Yeah, I've got no problem with it. I'm sure it's something we need. You're not just spending money to be spending money on projects, correct?
No, yeah. I mean, everything is in here is valid. You know, we can push anything down the road at some point in time, it needs to be done at the end of the day. So it's just prioritizing. So I'm not sure if you guys are saying exactly what I'm saying, but the first request is. Yep. Okay, so it's, replacing Republic Waste Services with Midwest. And at the end of the day, this is gonna save us, probably, I don't even know if I should be. No. So we're swapping disposal.
It's saving
disposals.
money.
We're saving money.
They take care of the
Dumpsters.
recyclables in Amboy.
Yep, they take care of the big container for the recyclables.
But I mean, like the TVs and the stereo equipment and that type of stuff.
That I'm not sure of.
That's Dave.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need a booster?
So this isn't really, I'm just starting to throw this stuff at you, and this is more of a monthly maintenance agreement, so I'm not sure if you want to know about it, it's here. So you can tell me yay or nay, on if something like this you want to know about, I'll keep bringing it to you, and if not, I'll just keep it off.
Can I give a recommendation?
Please
Yeah.
do.
I think
Oops.
that something like this is in your ability to do as a department head. And instead of requesting to ask for this change, it would be letting them know what you're doing.
Information.
And just
only.
give the information, hey, we made this adjustment.
Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking, this is a department head. Hey, you're gonna save money in your budget to go somewhere else. You're gonna change, business. We don't care who you're doing business with.
But we do, so long as it's
I mean-
local.
Yeah, we like local, yes, of
Yes.
course. But, yeah, whatever it takes, 220, 221.
Yeah, I think this is a administrative function of your department and for you to give the information to the
Okay,
committee.
ixnay this one. Moving on. Okay, so this one is the short budgeted for the upgrading on the ADS fire alarm system in this building. So the original existing components are dated in the 80s. We cannot, if something fails, we cannot replace it. It is time to upgrade it. I would suggest to do so.
And that's the one that's not budgeted or you need more money for?
We need more money.
So what do we need?
38, is that?
So is this where we have to make a motion to send this to finance to approve?
Yes.
Yes.
39,000?
Yeah,
Yes.
so you're gonna need to make a motion to send this to finance. We'll have to create, we'll have to send it to finance with the board amendment form that we need to submit. And that will not be able to happen until next month, but at least you guys can approve this, that it's moved forward.
Something that has to be done, and I make a motion that we do this project and move it to finance for approval to spend the money to do this. I think it's something that's necessary.
Yeah, that this is for the safety of anybody that's in
Second it.
here.
No, you're.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
All those in favor say aye, please.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Yep.
Okay, so this is capital requests. Well, it's not really a request. It's already been budgeted in this year's capital. It has gone up since last year's quote. $5,000, I believe it was. So again, I might be able to cover it.
This is another motion that we need to cover the difference as well.
It's too small to, I think it's too small.
Spend that extra money within his budget as he sees fit. Capital budget, approving majority of it, if Eric can cover, the facilities department can cover the 5 within his, general maintenance budget.
Okay.
But this is one of the projects that can be ixnayed, which I wouldn't recommend. We do need to work on getting this water cleared up at the jail.
So that's the boiler at the jail?
This is the softening system at
Oh,
the
the
jail.
softening system, okay. Yeah.
So this is adding a much bigger softening system plus carbon filtration to the cold and hot side.
Yeah, it needs it. Otherwise, you're gonna be spending money on those electronics.
When they built the prison or the jail, they didn't.
They didn't,
consider this?
they,
This is just the hot side.
the old jail had the same problem. They softened the hot water. But all the cold water was gumming up it's not like your home where you just got a valve. These are electronic valves, so they have to operate differently. So when the sediments in the cold water and the water get this, it gums up those controllers. So when they were building it, I noticed that I'm like, so you only got softener for the hot? I thought I'd asked for hot and cold, but apparently they missed that notation. So I knew it was coming. And here it is. So yeah, this is definitely needed. This will help save a lot of problems after you clean out the pipes.
Where were the engineers?
There's still chunks of copper chunks that is coming out of faucets. So, and that doesn't have anything to do with the softening system, but it's in our loop.
So, again, I don't think you guys, need a motion for this. It's a project that's already been approved in the budget. Unless you, as a committee, want to approve Eric to go ahead and start this project, you're more than welcome to do, but again, from a budgetary standpoint, he already has it in there. Except for the 5,000, which we'll have to flush out. And again, in my opinion, if, and I talked to Eric a little bit about this, as the budget year continues to move on and projects continue to stack up, there may be a scenario where we look at Eric's budget, whether that's due to overtime or extra costs due to projects that's come down the pike like this, where, the costs have changed, where we see the maintenance department's overall budget is looking like he's going to be over. We could project that out potentially. That's when we'd want to come back. We could go for big projects and get an action request form put together and try to get money because we know we need it now. But if there's small pieces like this, that's when we'd go back to the board and say, hey, due to this project, and us having overtime here and these things, we are projecting we might be over budget. We need to ask for an additional $40,000 to cover the facilities maintenance budget. That's something that we're going to continue to keep an eye on with little things like this, where a $5,000
So
elevated cost comes into play.
I guess I'm a little confused, is that if it was a project that was going to be done and we had a solid number on it, why wasn't it done when we had the budget number?
I don't know.
If it was approved and we had a quote and now the quote's $5,000 more, should we be approving, hey, Eric wants to do a water softener project at the prison. Okay, how much is it gonna be? It's gonna be $73,000. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and have them get the numbers on that. And then when the numbers come in, approve it and get it done. Why are we holding on to this for a year? I guess is my question. That's all. I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
I mean, I
I mean,
think,
when did the number come in and when did we decide? If we had it, you understand what I'm
I
saying?
do.
This number came in 25, early 25. And this wasn't on the agenda, on the list for capital in 25. This was for 26.
I'm assuming those quotes come in with expiration date of
30
X.
days.
Yeah.
That's all, and that's all you're gonna get, 30 days. I guess what I'm saying is if we're gonna, I guess as far as the committee goes, if Eric comes in and says, hey, we need a new water softener, we're gonna say, okay, hey, let's get one. He goes out and gets a quote, and the next meeting he comes in, he goes, it's gonna be $78,000. Then we go to the finance committee and say, we need $78,000 for a water softener project. It gets approved and it's done. That's what I'm asking is how the flow's gonna work of when we get approval on a project and when we can start a project, I guess. I mean, Eric can get them done immediately that way.
And if that's how you
Yeah.
want to do it.
No,
we
I'm
can,
just,
yeah.
I'm just suggesting, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Knowing that the contracting world is a complete, I mean, it's 30 days. 30 days is a long, 15 days is, what are the quotes now? Are they 30?
That's 30
Yeah, 30
for,
days.
for quite a bit of them.
For quite, yeah, I mean, because stuff is, it's volatile.
Yeah.
It's not your fault that it went over. I mean, but let's get we know it's gonna be $5,000 more and and the contractor you got the price from, they really don't want to do a job for $5,000 over on 73,000.
I'm sure I can talk to them.
I'm sure we could get it done for that.
Yep.
And not have to spend any, you understand what I'm saying? Do they really want to do the work or not? So, I mean, and I'm just saying, I mean, that's where that's all the point I'm making. So. If it needs to be done, I mean, if it's screwing stuff up, I don't know why we're not doing it. It's almost could be done in an emergency situation, can't it? How much is it destroying our stuff?
Well, that's the thing. That building's been in use for what, 7, 8 years now?
20, yeah.
7, 6 years. So, in 6 years, I don't think any of these components have been really swapped out or done what we're actually doing.
And they're
And
gonna
if-
be,
If we haven't been doing what we're doing currently, we would
Oh,
have a
for
major
sure.
mess.
absolutely.
So we're just trying to extend the life of,
Yeah.
of all of the components for the future. And, the softening system there wasn't sized properly. It doesn't handle really a tenth of what we need. So
Yeah, I would say,
the water is the chlorine side, which isn't really what's happening on it, but the chlorine side, there's more chlorine in there than a residential pool. And that doesn't really help on O-rings.
I think we should go back and talk to the contractor who gave you the quote and say, this is what we got to do the job, can you do it or not? And then let us know what, instead of going after the money. Yeah, just do it, just get it done. Absolutely. If it's already, I mean, it's already approved.
Okay, so we're ixnaying this one, right? Moving on. Okay, so I believe.
One other thing on that, I didn't mean to bother you. The mechanical rooms out there, you got plenty of room for the softening equipment and everything?
So
Is it pretty tight?
it's
or-
tight. It's
is it
very tight, yeah. We're gonna be encroaching into the main space of that. If you walk into the double doors in the maintenance room, it's gonna be as soon as you walk into the right side, so. It's on the other side of the boiler room.
gotta
It's
put-
the only place we can really put it. It is what it is. I don't know what else to do with it. This one is for potential lease to own or purchase for a scissor lift. So currently, we have just specifically in this room, 16, 17-foot ceilings. It's the same thing at the LEC. We have a lot of work going on, yeah, that can, a scissor lift can be used just for safety purposes. I really don't have to explain myself with it. It's just kind of common sense to have a scissor lift in this type of setting. The only thing that was a question is it's not budgeted in my tool account. Therefore, I was going to try to lease to own one just to make that work. I still don't have 100% numbers on it, and it's going to be up to, $30,000.
It's a safety thing for our guys too, because we don't have
Right.
harnesses in that.
Mhm.
Safety concern for getting up in the air. No, we are not taking it out of the tool budget.
And I don't have, like I said, I can do a lease to own or rent to own if it makes sense. I still don't have the exact numbers on it. And, if that makes sense, great. If not, then we can wait. It doesn't really matter.
You know the type of scissor lift that you're wanting?
One that scissors.
What's that? Well,
We need to
there's so
be-
many different types
There
out there.
is, and there's
It's-
certain ones out there that have this or that, but at the end of the day, we need to be under 2,500 pounds and under 54 inches with a working platform of roughly 16 to 18 foot. So,
And then their height above that, obviously, but going through doorways is more important, 3-foot doorways, so then he could use it to just, they'll fit through a 3-foot door,
Yeah.
and that's 90% of what we have to get through is 3-foot doors,
It'll be 30 inches wide.
30 inches wide, yeah. And we can get up 19 feet to a working platform.
And that's where it gets a little tricky because if I want a 19-foot working platform height, the weight goes up. So I have to stay, regardless of what I do, if I want to use it in new courts, I need to have this comfortably around 2,300 pounds. So the elevator capacity is 2,500. They test it at 120%. So we're okay at 2,500, but we're really pushing it.
Eric definitely won't be riding up with the lift.
No,
Will it fit in this elevator?
we're,
Yeah, this
this,
won't fit in this one.
no, we're
No.
just gonna take this building off the table with a lift at this point. It'll have to be a small push around lift if we do get one. Yeah. Yeah.
So what?
We've needed a lift for years. So, I think,
Yes,
I
we
think
have.
lease to own works. Little here, little there.
And I'll keep diving into it, but
So do we need to approve this or this is already in the budget?
I make a motion that we move this to finance and that I'll take it there with myself tomorrow morning.
So since these things have to go next month, do we want the motion to come next month from the facilities and maintenance to the executive committee in the same month? And then they'll be on the agenda to move next month if that's okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, it just makes it a little cleaner if it's the same.
You guys could talk about it, discuss it.
Yes, my lord.
Get everything prepped for next month.
All right. Was that the last one, Eric?
doesn't have to be. I mean,
I'm sorry.
it doesn't have to be. It can keep going.
What else you got, Eric?
No,
Here, take this back over.
that's all for now.
All right. Let's move on, shall we? Building official report. Joe, would you like anything to share with us from your report?
Yes, sir. Just wanted to state that during the month of January, the building department processed 26 permits with a total valuation of $1,444,114,000 and a total of permit fees of $6,417.61. And for your review, you were sent a draft of our new Title IX. And if you guys would please, in the next month, look this over. This is just a draft. There are a few things that need to be finalized on it, nothing major. Just some spelling and clerical things of that nature. And also with that was the updated permit fee schedule. We dropped the base percentage of the International Code Council fee valuation from 75 down to 60%. We're gonna go with that. And I did increase the price on a couple of other permits, the solar and non-commercial solar and non-commercial wind turbine. They went from $5 a kilowatt hour up to $10 a kilowatt hour, just to cover, the inspection costs of that. But otherwise, just take a look at that. And I will ask for that to, on the next finance committee. Or
Can you-
next,
Can you give us just a real quick? You're asking for 65 to 60% is what you said?
60%.
Could you give us an example of $1,000 permit? I mean, how it
Yeah.
used to be and where we're gonna be
Yeah.
with that permit?
If it was $1,000, if the permit fee was valuated at $1,000 through the table for the International Code Council, and I shared that with you at probably two committee meetings ago. It would be, we would take that from $1,000 and drop it down to $400. So we're not charging them full price like the city of Dixon is. We are knocking that down, but it is going to be a significant increase from what we're doing currently to cover, the building department's expenses, things of that nature.
Thank you.
And again, we'll have that, I'll bring that to you for your vote and approval next meeting. We have that scheduled for the 2nd of March to go to the Plan Commission. And then I'll bring it to you guys and then we'll turn it over to the board at the, hopefully at the March. It'll be presented and then it'll have to hold over until the April board meeting, and then hopefully we can go live with it on May 1, is my hope. And then also, I just wanted you guys to have a little familiarity with all the work that Jared's put into our iWork system and our portal. So I asked him if he would be so kind as to come along today and show you guys just real quickly how convenient it is for somebody now to go online and submit a building permit to us. So Jared, if you don't mind, take the mic.
Sure. So the building department's not taking paper anymore, any paper forms. So this is Joe and I worked through this. He says me, but he was a huge part of this. We did it together. But if you go through here now, it's all going to be a portal type system. So I won't bore you with reading through this stuff up here, but people can call, of course, anytime. We can walk them through it. We also have a kiosk in the office now where if somebody's having troubles, they can just come up and use this computer. We can walk them through it, things like that. We've had some people already use this online and we didn't get any calls on it. So it must be working. If you see anything you don't like, or you think should be changed, just let us know and we'll get it changed.
So you actually have to have a building permit in Lee County?
Yeah, you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sir? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyways, I'll just start up here. The first one is the main one, which is the building permit, any structure other than a fence or pool. Because if you go down here, you're going to see where you can do just a fence or a swimming pool permit. So I'll just go ahead and click on this and kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. I can go as fast as or slow as you want, but there's what the portal's going to look like, or is what it does look like. They enter their address in here. start putting it in there, it'll start giving you addresses to choose from. You select on that, that gives you the parcel number. Here, they can copy and paste it later in the application or whatever, but the starred stuff obviously is is required. Contractors is not required, but if somebody goes in there and starts to say they're doing it themselves, we have a contractor that's just a do-it-yourself that'll fill in there. They don't have to complete it there. As we get contractors in, we're going to try to get those entered in there so they can start putting in Wilson or whatever, and it'll find that name. It don't have to be exact, but it'll find that name if they're in there. This will be good for, Woodhaven's using this now, so they're entering all theirs down in Woodhaven. Now they're not bringing permits to us. That's been going on for years. But anyways, Joe and I met with them, walked them through it. They liked the system and are happy to do it. So you complete the application, just like any other application. We did put in the zoning here and a couple of things that are a little bit different I wanted to show you. The things like the sewage disposal. We have it marked on here, health department approved, commercial setbacks met, so on and so forth. Let's see, setbacks. So Joe and I decided to go ahead and put the setbacks in there instead of leaving it up to the applicant to put it in there. So they actually are going to choose from what we listed here. So like in agricultural zoning, it says at or over 15 feet from any side of property line, and the health department setbacks are met. Health department is 100% on board with including them in this too, because people don't think about health department setbacks for well or septic. So we added that in there, talked to the health department, they're good with it. So we just figured it'd be easier to select from a drop-down menu from these rather than the people having to figure it out. Or have to look it up. Yeah, and they have to look it up because they don't know what it is in an ag district and what residential is and stuff. So contractors, subcontractors. Like I said, if I'm going too fast, let me know. When we get down here, it's an e-signature when they want to submit it. But in order for them to submit it, they have to include the site plan. And I'm going to show you on the home page how they get that. But they would have to include the site plan before they can submit it. They have the site plan, they would upload it here. And then the submit button down here would light up. If they don't provide the site plan, that won't light up. We don't require the architectural plans to be submitted to get an application started, but the architectural plans are required. And those can be submitted by email to Joe, and they can be uploaded here. I really went through that fast, but let's go over here. I'll show them how to. So I tell people that the permit has three parts: application, site plan, and architectural plans to kind of prepare them. They have to know the site location's 12-digit assigned parcel number, so their PPN number. To get that, we included a picture. I asked them to look at this picture before going into the map. You'll see here now for so Sammy did this for us. Sammy made it so this zoned shows up here. It used to not. So that was quite a project for Sammy to get that to appear there, but he made it so it was a lot easier for us. And then I also included arrows in here to show where they can find it on their parcel. Here and down here. But if they just click on their parcel, this pops up now and it shows them what they're zoned as. And here's their PPN number there and there. So if they have that, and then they would go into, or they know where to look. So when they go into the map, obviously everybody here knows what this looks like. So I'm just gonna just pick one. I hope it's rural, maybe not. So you see, it if you click there, you see where it pops up now, what they're zoned as, and then their PPN number. To submit the site plan, a site plan is required, it says here. If they don't have one, say it's a do-it-yourselfer, they can use this site plan, which is now, thanks to Becky, is you can fill it in on here. Just fill in the site address there. You can sign here. And then it gives you options for submitting this. So what we suggested on here is using this map. Number 4, there's 4 different ways to get this submission to us. If they go to this map and they were to screenshot their property, they can draw their, whatever it is on that map. That makes sense? Like you just take an overhead picture of your property for the site plan. You could just draw in your garage on that and then add your measurements on that photograph. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it than people drawing this out. We just make sure we tell them that once they submit their application, it does give them a building permit number, but we make sure we put in here that just because you got a building permit number, it doesn't mean you can begin your project. When Joe selects approved, then if there's a contractor involved, the contractor automatically gets a placard and a letter of approval. He doesn't have to do anything. It goes right to them. If the homeowner wants that sent to them, we could create them as a contractor, but Joe can also go in and send that to him once he approves it by email. So it's a really good idea for people when they're filling out the application. And we made it a requirement for the application to provide a email address, only because we're hoping everybody does. They get their receipts, they'll get their placard, they'll get their letter sent to them by email. That's the fastest way. And I don't know where anybody have a problem with that. They don't have to post a placard anyways, but the placard is their permission to begin their project. We do have a separate one, fence and pool. It looks the same, but it's a lot less information on there. Just the height of the fence, so on and so forth, what it's made of, where you're gonna place it. Pools, same. Pools has a different site plan. Put your pool in size in feet and the site address, stake out date for the pool. You can, like I said, screenshot your property off of the map and draw it in there and attach it. It doesn't matter how we get it. And then we included portable shed here. Portable shed is just going to take you till the building permit, but most people don't think that a portable shed is a structure that needs a permit. So we added that on there so they would actually see it, because that even includes a cargo container. And the rest of them you guys probably don't really care about is the grain bins, solar. And Becky made these fillable, so that'll be a lot nicer for the user. We floodplain, this one's a little bit different. We don't have this fillable only because it's pretty lengthy and it's probably an easier one just to fill out. Paper form. But that goes to zoning anyways. That's not part of this building permit. Talks about paying for permits. You will be contacted within 1 to 3 business days, and if approved, you will be able to pay by credit card, cash, or check. We can do that by phone, however they want to do it. I did this on my phone. It works really well. I did the screenshot with my phone. I drew in the picture with my phone. It's of course sloppy, trying to use your finger,
Yeah.
but you can definitely do it if you wanted to. I think even if you got a site plan of the screenshot of the property and you drew the area of where the building is, you don't have to be exact anyways. If you drew in what your setbacks are,
Mhm.
that's all we really need. And we attach the building permit fees. Anytime that needs updated, we just shoot it in there. It's pretty simple.
So on the permits themselves, there's a bunch of different types of permits. They get the permit for a room addition. Gotta have setbacks. And then do we send them, once they get their permit, do we send them a form that says, here's your 5 inspections that you have to have signed off on before that project can get approved to be a final project? Does that go out on the website to them so they understand? I gotta have a setback inspection, I gotta have a footing inspection. Is that,
It's not on the website, but when you do that, and I create a workflow with the inspections on it,
Yep.
then when I email you the permit for you to sign and return to me, I
That'll-
include
okay.
all, include all permit details.
Yeah, because some jobs might require 5 and some that
Some
might be
require
1. Yeah, okay,
Correct.
so they'll understand.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't understand that I had to have a inspection. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what we need. We also need you to look through it and see what you think.
Sure.
By asking those things. We think we've covered everything and we think they know the next steps and all that, but you know how it goes. There'll be something, that we miss, but
If anybody wants to just try it, just give me a heads up that there's gonna be a permit coming for your own address. Send it through. We can look, and then I can delete those at any time. They don't have to be finalized.
yeah. And so they know if it, go ahead. A year.
1 year.
Depends on what it is. Solar is 2,
It's commercial, yes.
commercial.
Commercial solar is 2.
It's the only one that's 2. The other ones are a year. We included setbacks under fence too, if you happen to look. Only because they might require it because of it's on a roadway side. Things like that. And what it is, it's real convenient for the user because they go to their setbacks. It tells them right there what their setbacks are. So then they don't even have to call in and ask. And all that took some doing to get it all in drop down menus, but it's in the long run, it's very convenient. It's right there. Yeah, so they'll get, I even walked them through a little bit, or we did what it'll look like if it's accepted. So like if you submit your application, everything goes good, a little green thing will pop up, and all that, or if it doesn't light up, there's gonna be a red indicator that points right to what's missing. So we haven't had anybody call us in the middle of these. They're submitting them. So
Yeah, all the submissions I've gotten so far were completed. So, and again,
yeah, I know I went through it really fast and I jump around sometimes, so just ask me or now, or if you have any questions, just call in, talk to Joe or I. He knows it as well as I do.
well, and again, this was a team effort, so.
Yeah.
Very, very well done by everybody involved.
We're working on zoning side now. Alice is putting together her steps, just like Joe did. I had no idea what they do. And that's all I needed is processes and steps, and we'll get it put together. But people will be able to apply for their variances and things like that, just like this. It looks like it's gonna be just as easy. And all the applications will be right there. So they're not guessing and what they need next and all that stuff.
Anybody have any questions, concerns?
Nope, everything sounds good. A lot of
Yeah.
good work.
We can change it anytime. Let us know.
Thank you.
Under new business, says we have Title IX ordinance draft. That's just letting us know that they're on board. Okay.
Same with the fee schedule.
No request for an executive session. I get a motion to adjourn. Mr. Wilson, Mr. Scroxted, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Just want to go down his record as saying